everybody, it's your girl BondyBlue, and I am here to announce that I am teaming up with Reset by Design Wellness, a travel and wellness brand that focuses on empowering Black women like you and I, girl. And I am so excited because I have been wanting to go to Africa for forever, and I am finally getting that opportunity with this upcoming Heritage and Reset Wellness Retreat in Ghana. It's going down, y'all, in November 1st through the 9th, 9 days, 8 nights. It's going to be 2 different locations when we're on this trip. This is all inclusive. It's going to come with so many benefits, including an African ancestry test. There's going to be cooking classes, a boat cruise. There's going to be an opportunity to engage, to rejuvenate, to connect with one another, to connect with our ancestors. I am so excited about this, and I'm even more excited that some of my members will be coming along and we can experience Africa together, because this will be my first time. So I am so excited about this. I can't wait to go, and I hope that you guys will sign up. The link is down below in the description box. Don't worry, girl, I will be reminding y'all about this, so y'all might get tired of me talking about it, but that's okay, because it is important for us to all travel and have these amazing experiences, and some of them, girl, we need to have together. So go ahead down below in the description box, book it. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
And then she did a dance I never saw before. So if you're south of the border, I mean down in New Mexico. What's going on, y'all? Hi everybody. Yes, I'm back. Okay. Shout out to Candy. Shout out to Bedroom Candy. Shout out to Jamie. Okay. Child got me a cute little peach keychain that came with it, y'all. Y'all can go on bedroomcandy.com and get y'all one of these now, because I think they're no longer sold out, because it was sold out at one point. So let me just go ahead and tell y'all before we get into this, because this was nothing. So like, me and my husband been having a good time this Labor Day weekend, and we we took a moment away from my magic wand. Okay, ShopSEDURE.com, down below in the description box. Use my link. We took a break from that to try out the peach buzz that Candy has with Bedroom Candy. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all that I like this. Like, I like this. But I like it better for personal use. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But the texture of it, I'm not even gonna front on y'all. The texture of it is something that I'm responding to. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird like that. Textures are important. But the texture of this, whatever this latex they got on it, whatever the, fabric, for lack of a better term, yeah. This was the move. This was the move. It has 5 vibration settings, and then it has the 5 different variations of vibrations. Okay. So, I ain't no little girl around here. Okay. So I'm a level 5 type person. But this is cute. This is cute. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all, for all of y'all, especially y'all that ain't got, the penis to go with this. Because that's how I use mine. But girl, it's fun. It's really nice. It comes in cute little packaging. So yeah, y'all should go ahead and try that out if you're into vibrators, okay? Because I am. Now, hi everybody. Listen, y'all probably started off this live with something y'all didn't think y'all was gonna start with. It's about 383 people in a room, and I see the 2 people that have liked from Facebook. Shout out to the Facebook people. What's going on, Facebook people? Okay. The rest of y'all really could go ahead and like my video. Y'all could. Okay. Don't stalk me and sit in the trees and watch me and don't appreciate your girl's content. Okay. Engage with the content. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead. I'm trying to get to 115. we really trying to, you know what I'm saying, see how big we can get out you. But, you know, 115 is on the rise. Okay. So when you like the video, it lets YouTube know that you enjoying my content. YouTube then tells other people, hey, check out this content creator's content. Okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 1 for season 15 was what I hate about reunion shows. I'ma just tell you, I thought it was terrible. It's literally why I cannot stand to review reunions, because excuse me, because you end up rehashing things that we've already discussed. The last episode was a week ago, girl. It ain't even like it used to be back in the day when you used to have like to wait for the reunion. Like the show would be over and they would be like, well, when the reunion gonna come out? Okay. Like back in the day, you used to have to wait a while in between that last episode of the season and the reunion. But now, the way they have things rolling and taping, things are always happening so very, very quickly. And I was annoyed with the reunion, and not in a good way. Like I was bored with it. You know what I'm saying? And even though I liked Kenya's hair in the picture on camera, I hated it because the curls fell. The curls fell. It no longer had the buoyancy that the look required, and no one came out to fix it. It stayed that way. That annoyed me. I told y'all that I liked Kenya's look, except for it. I felt like it was too much with the feathers. And I'm gonna stand on that. I really think Marlo and I had some of the same ideas about the wardrobe here. Candy, I really like Candy's dress. I know Candy and them were saying that they didn't want to go for prom, so that's why they didn't do a long gown. But I feel like it didn't even have to be a gown. I just wanted it to go down to her ankles. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, but I feel like if it would have been fitted down to her ankles, it would have just gave it even more. You know what I'm saying? It would have done even more for me. Okay. Peacock is posting an uncensored version of the reunions. That is super cute. I'm glad they're doing that. I'm going to go over there and check that out. Okay. But this is the one that was on my YouTube TV. Okay. So that's what we're going to review. That's what we're going to talk about today. But thank y'all for letting me know. I definitely make sure to go over to Peacock and see what was left out. Okay. I won't hear the cuss words and everything. I don't want y'all bleeping not a goddamn thing out. Okay. So yeah, I wanted Candy's dress to go all the way down to the ground. I don't care what she's talking about. I also don't like Candy's wig. I'm sorry. I prefer the texture, like the kinky texture hair on Candy. When she wears like really straight hair, it's not always my favorite look on her because I have seen how stunning she looks whenever she has like a curly or a kinky texture of hair, and it just does something for her features for me. Like it just like it does a thing. So for me, whenever she shows up and it's supposed to be like a really good look and she comes with straight hair, I'm always felt like disappointed. Also, I feel like Candy is one of the girls who has the forehead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, we have our faces. Okay. I have forehead too. Like it is what it is. This is what my face looks like. I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. But I do feel like because of that fact, you know, a bang, something, you know what I'm saying? It's something. No, I just was not feeling the hair. I'm going to say it again. But the makeup, the dress, the shoes, yes. Sheree, baby, I wish that I could look at your outfit because I can't stop staring at whatever the fuck you did to your face. Mistake. Mistake. Something you should not have done, my good girl. That you should have left your mug alone. Listen, everybody is not supposed to have the same facial features. Everybody is not supposed to have the same nose. Everybody is not supposed to have the same lips. And when y'all go so far as to change your looks, when your looks have already been cemented into your brand, I think you let everybody know how insecure you really are about yourself. Because if I was your age and I looked the way you did, the most I would have done was the face tightening. Y'all remember when she went and got all of the little face tightening and that shit aged her back like 10 years? And I was just like, okay, that was a good job. But beyond that, did you really need to go and get a nose tweak, bitch? I think not. I don't think that was necessary, Sheree. And it just lets us know that you really don't have a lot of confidence in yourself. And that's so sad because you really are a beautiful woman, but you don't believe that about yourself. I think you're vapid. I think that you are substance, as Drew was saying to Marlo. You are lacking of substance. I don't know what's inside, but I don't think there's anything in there. I'm sorry. I don't. And that's really sad. That's really sad. You know what, Trey? I usually don't like to answer questions that have absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I'm so glad you asked me this. I don't care. I don't want to hear. I'm sorry. I thought about it, and you know what? I'm straight. I probably would get so many views off of doing what I normally would do, which is like, sit down and go through the commentary, pick out the lie. I just don't even care, y'all. Like when I tell y'all I don't care, I just really don't even care, y'all. Like I'm so tired of Jocelyn. I just really don't care to watch her cry and make excuses and have, Carlos basically, suck her off in a proverbial way. Like I don't care to see it. I don't care to watch the display of lies, manipulation, tears, and ass eating that is going to take place in that interview. And I'm sure it was such a great time for everybody else. And this is one of them times I'm going to turn to y'all and tell y'all, get somebody else to do it. Okay. So Sheree's dress, I honestly really like it. I'm a satin corset type of girl. So I like Sheree's dress. I just can't deal with the clown-like look of her face. Like you look like a clown. Like it's scary to look at your face. And I don't know what made you think that that was like something you should have done. Okay. Drew, I like Drew's look. I think it's pretty. I think it's too much fabric. Honestly, I would have preferred for her to like do a pant. I don't know why, but with the way the top is, a pant that fit her body, you know what I'm saying? I fit, with the same material, but like, tailored to her ankles and just fit it really nicely with all of this extra on the top. I feel like that would have been a look. I don't know why that's what I'm looking, because I feel like the draping of the skirt is just way too much for me. And it just looks like, fabric. Whereas if they would have turned it into a pant, it would have been a look from the, from the top to the bottom, because I love the top, love the sleeves, love the bustiquela. I love her hair, I love her makeup. Drew's always very beautiful, but Drew gives, like I want for Drew to separate her neck from her shoulders sometimes, because she does the same thing that, like, I know we always want to, like, but don't, what I'm saying, try to remember to like extend. Okay, like, thanks, Drew. Marlo's giving Mrs. Roper. She is. And I don't dislike it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I told y'all the last time that I really kind of like Marlo's look. The only problem that I have with it is that I wish she did not have to manipulate it in a stance in order for it to give body. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it could have been one of those capes that cinched in the waist, but still kind of have the arms long and big, but some cinching happens at the waist level just to create dimension to it, so you don't look like you're just wearing a huge bed sheet with feathers on it. Because that's kind of, the look it gives. But I like this look on Marlo. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I like it. I think it's cute. It's homage to, the nothing can keep me from you. Hey, no. It is giving, Diana Ross in the 50s and 60s. Shout out to Diana Ross. Did y'all see the clip? Y'all, I feel like everybody tore it down for Beyonce's concert in LA because it was her birthday. Y'all, oh my God. I can't wait. Y'all know it's this month for us. We on the 27th, a good old regular ass Wednesday, which I love. Okay, I have already put fast purchase on me and Lyric's outfits for this because we have to sparkle. Okay, he and I will be sparkling at this fucking concert. Okay, in more than one way, honey. Okay, but yes, okay, the outfits have been purchased. Okay. And I still am having my friend make me something, but I was like, bitch, I need backup just in case. Okay, I'm going to see her today so we can discuss. All right. So it's either gonna be Shein or something made, but either way, girl, sparkle and glitter is what we're giving. But yes, Diana Ross is what it's giving, Marlo, and I'm not upset. Sonya, I think Sonya looks amazing. I feel like Sonya always looks amazing. To me, I think Sonya is really taking over Sheree's spot as the one that's always cute and styled. Like, I think years back, Sheree was really that girl that would show up like effortlessly looking fly. When she wasn't in workout gear. But Sonya is giving that same vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Sonya's dress, the color, the sparkle, the fit, it's simplistic, but it works. It works very well here. And again, sister does really great job with her hair. I always love Sonya's hair. Sonya just always looks good. I wish she was more likable as a person. But she always looks good. Okay. Um, Courtney. Okay, so the more I looked at it, the more I hated it. I hated the fifth element of it all. Um, it yeah, no, I know. It really felt like they made it for prom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really feels like they made it for prom. And you put, is that a skirt? Yeah, they made it for the prom, for the girls, down to the high school. That's what it feels like. And I'm just not feeling it. I like the material. I think she looks pretty, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't like it. I just don't. I love Manyetta's look. I would wear what Manetta is wearing. I don't think I will wear any of these outfits as much as I would wear Manyetta's outfit. Like, I don't need y'all to always have on skirts. I don't. I wish that the slack was tailored. I don't like that it's so long it's covering her shoes. I wish that it would have been tapered for her height. That's the only issue I have with it. But I really love Manyetta's look. I do. I will wear it. I love the color. I love the bustier. I'm really into a slack. Like I always have been. The style has now come back in, but like I can literally remember the outfit that I picked out right before Hurricane Katrina happened. We were going to the St. Aug 35 Jamboree. That was supposed to happen a Saturday before Katrina happened and everything got canceled. I got a Angela Davis t-shirt made at the mall, and I had a pair of slacks, like these tweed slacks that fit real good in the ass, but like loose on the leg. You know what I'm saying? And I had my black and gray like Puma tennis shoes that I was gonna wear with it that kind of matched the, you know what I'm saying, the pants. And then I had these suspenders that I was gonna have on or off, child, depending on how I felt. But and the shirt was kind of like cut off, so like my stomach's out. So it was something I had put together, girl. That outfit I never got to wear. The outfit I never got to fucking wear that I had orchestrated to the T to fit the vibe that I was on at the time, girl. And I ain't never been able to get back in that vibe since I have not been able to get into a slack. It's been jeans and tights ever since then. And so now in 2023, if y'all have noticed, we are now, entering back into a slack era, and I'm here for it. I'm here for being able to find slacks everywhere that I go. Like, in baggy jeans. Like, oh my God, thank y'all for bringing back baggy jeans. Thank you. Thank you so much. For the women, I know the men are still wearing skinny jeans. Okay. But the baggy jeans for the girls, y'all, I love it. I'm so happy about it. So like this whole like kind of baggy, slack thing that Mayetta has going on is very, very in style, and I'm here for it. Okay. Yes, I want baggy and flares. Like you know what I'm saying? And yes, you don't it's not to look like a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because like you want it to fit in your ass. Like you want it to like fit your body. You just don't want it to be hugging your legs all damn day. I don't care what anybody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait, you know what I'm saying, to give whatever's gonna be gave for Beyonce and them. Okay. But let's get into this boring ass reunion. Okay. Y'all like the video? I feel like y'all didn't like the video. I feel like y'all, it's like 900 of y'all in here and y'all haven't liked the video yet. That's real, like, that's some hater and shit, but if that's the energy you on today, that's fine. Not me. So Sheree admits to her nose tweak. Kenya's titties look a little weird. Like you can see the implant. Like, I don't know. Like it was just like, every time I think I might want to fuck with myself, I see something that's like, nah, I think I'm gonna just leave it alone. Drew and Ralph are living together, even though they're going through a divorce and it's awkward. Everybody's like, do you think you guys can work it out? Why do you want them to work it out? Please exit the era of wanting people to work out toxic relationships we've seen take place over a number of years with no real changes, except for the fact that the shit is breaking apart. The shit been breaking apart since we met these two. So please stop asking them if they're going to work it out. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if they work it out, it's because they're both gluttons for punishment and don't tell us nothing else about it. Because, Drew, this is the time to escape, bitch. This is the time to pack the duffel bag and run with the kids if that's what you're going to do. And if you're not going to do that, please stop playing in our face about it, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, if Ralph and Drew stay together, it's gonna make me feel like all of this was for show. That's what it's gonna make me feel like. It's gonna make me feel like all of this arguing and shit that y'all do on camera, the shit that's gonna happen on part 2 of this reunion, the shit that's going on social media, is gonna make me think that y'all are out here acting out this bullshit for us so that y'all can solidify more time on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know a lot of people might think, wait, that's too much. But if you really think about it, Drew and Ralph both love the attention they get from being on this fucking show. This is perfect for Drew. The first time y'all really met and started to either hate or like Drew SEDURE, she was playing herself on a damn show. And now what is she doing here? Playing herself on a damn show. Okay. So yeah, I really okay, I really I'm not trying to get too emotionally invested in whatever's going on between Drew and Ralph because I don't trust either one of y'all. And that's just what it is. Sonya says she's due on Christmas Day. That's going to be real cute for Dr. Jackie having to leave her family function so that she can come and help you have a baby. But you know what? That's what people sign up for. It'll be a glorious Christmas. All right. Praise be to Jesus. Sheree says her kids knew and didn't tell her about Bob's other daughter because they knew she didn't give a fuck. Sheree, you sound stupid. You sound stupid. Because to act like you didn't give a fuck and then turn around in the very same breath and say, but it was a jerk move, you're pretending as if that didn't hurt you, but it did. It did. And the reason why you continue to pretend as if the shit that he does doesn't bother you or hurt you is because you want to still allow him access to you in some manner. And I'm not exactly sure why. Like, I don't know why you're still having moments on camera with a man that has disrespected you, played you out, and just let everybody know how dumb you are several times. Like, I'm just saying, like Bob several times has let us know that he's a piece of shit. And Sheree will continue to act as if they need to be in each other's lives because they have kids together. Bullshit. Bullshit. Let you threaten or tell me that you should have choked me out a little bit more. Let you bring an adult child on my platform that I did not know about and embarrass the fuck out of me. Like, I know everybody wants to believe that Sheree knew, but something tells me that Sheree probably had an inkling, but decided that she did not want to know. So she was going to, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The situation. And now it's been put in her face. And I think there is a part of her that did know, but that was also refusing to engage in any information about the situation because it hurt her. I do. I think it hurt her. I think she felt played. I think she felt like a fool. And she did not want to really deal with it at the time when it might have initially have been happening. But something makes me feel like the kids really didn't tell her. It's weird to me that the kids have a relationship with Bob to the way that they do, especially knowing what we know about Bob and how he treated Sheree. Like, it just, yeah, their whole family dynamic makes me feel like they're some lack of emotional connection there. Just because people have children and they love their children doesn't mean they're emotionally available. And I feel like Sheree is emotionally unavailable. And I think she's always been emotionally unavailable to her children, which is probably why they still have a relationship with Bob, because Bob in some ways was emotionally available to them. And I don't know how, because that's not what we see. But we also know that Bob won't fake the funk the way Sheree will, which makes me feel like her kids probably had some type of solace in the fact that you knew what you were getting with Bob. Versus with their mom, you don't know what the fuck going on with her, because she'll smile and act like everything's okay, and it's really not. You know what I mean? And then she'll emotionally withdraw. So yeah, I feel like it's a dynamic that's not exactly cool or anything, but I think everybody has their reasons. Um, no, I believe he abused her. I do. I believe he abused her, but I also believe that he wasn't the first. Sheree gives me, I've been being abused all my life, and all my life I had to fight. And so I put on and ignore things and detach. When she was talking about on that last episode with her daughter in the car about how she don't worry about certain things, she don't worry about bills, you'll get it when I get it. That type of mentality that she has, that's cognitive dissonance. That's, I can separate myself from something that really does matter, but I'm going to put it in the back of my mind and act like it doesn't matter. And there is a part of that that's helpful, because it keeps you from stressing yourself out about shit you can't control. But another thing it does is leave you to not take care of your responsibilities and be somebody that is not dependable. She's not dependable. And I feel like because of that, she is not dependable with those kids either. And I think the oldest one probably spent a lot of time mothering the younger ones. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably why she's cool with Bob to a certain extent, because Bob probably offers something that Sheree was not offering. I'm just saying. And it doesn't mean that I'm giving Bob an excuse, because I'm not, but I'm really trying to make sense why, if a man was so abusive to your mother, you would still have a relationship with him, to the extent that you go and spend time with him and his mama and the kid that your mama act like she don't know about. Yes, many women of her age group do that. You're right. You're right. Okay. So, I know I'm sorry, because I be reading these people and I be reading y'all, and that's why y'all be getting mad at me sometimes. So please know that I don't know you. And if it hits you, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But it's not personal. So calm down. Okay. All right. So Candy says Sheree looked like Drew with her new nose. Sheree says it was one of her worst pictures and Drew should be offended. You sound dumb. I don't believe that you felt like it was one of your worst pictures. I don't even think you'll admit that you made a mistake fucking with your face, because you're so proud. But then at the same time will play yourself for men. It's the weirdest thing to like pretend as if you're so prideful and I can't be messed with, and I'm that girl and you could never, and you can't sit next to me, and all of this bullshit that you do. But essentially you're broke and you allow broke niggas to play with you on camera. You ain't that boss, bitch. You ain't that fly. You ain't that cool. Because what the cool girls don't do is get played out for bum ass niggas. And you consistently and without pause over, I don't know, however long we've known you, have been getting played out by bum ass niggas on camera. And you keep allowing it, Sheree. So I don't want to hear from you about how fine and how great you think you are, because it's all cap. Okay? It's all fucking cap. Sheree says that she pulled back from Martell because she kept getting caught up in his mess. Yeah, that's not a surprise, which is why you should have noticed all of the mess he had going on before you decided to fake the funk and bring him on this show as your storyline. But I guess you let somebody talk you into that. Okay. Kenya asked if she pulled back because of the revenge porn. I was like, thank you, Kenya. We appreciate somebody bringing in what we all know about Martell that Sheree likes to continue to ignore on her, fucking fantasy storyline she has over here that, Martell is just a great guy and everyone's lying on him. Yeah, okay. He's lying on himself because he publicly admitted to the revenge porn more than once. So yeah, he's the type of man that once he gets mad at a woman, he'll use a video that y'all made together to exact revenge on her. Yeah, he's that small. He's that disgusting. He's that despicable. And you're still fucking with him. And you're still leaving it open for him to be fucked with. Talking about you took a step back. Okay, girl, yeah. Sheree says it was a lot of noise. Yeah, it's called your intuition telling you to run. That's the noise. Sheree really liked him, but she likes herself more. Do you? Do you? Do you? Because he's on Love and Marriage Huntsville coming up this next part of the season with his baby mama Ariane sneaking her into the house that everybody's sleeping in so that he can piss Mel off or force some confrontation with Mel. Girl, we saw Gatum out. We saw Gatum out on a surveillance video with her little duffel bag coming to get digged down and then discarded the next morning and sent on about her way. Like, we'll see if she's actually on camera, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Either way, Sheree, you over here talking about how he's such a great guy, friend girl, and he's over there bending her back out on surveillance footage. It's embarrassing for you. Really, it is. What else is going on? Kenya didn't think it was important to tell Sheree about Martell being in her DMs before the show. Let's be clear. Kenya waited until they were on camera because that's what you do when you on a reality show. You hold information for the best moments so that you can have a moment on the show, especially when you don't have anything going on in your life. And it's not that Kenya doesn't have anything going on, but Kenya doesn't often show what she has going on because she tries to create this wall between her real life and the show, and she's been doing that for years. And yeah, it just kind of, it doesn't give. Like, let's be clear. I think Kenya plays a role on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And just now we're seeing more of who Kenya really is as a person. But then we're also getting the I'm bored, I don't really want to be here version of her as well. So it's just kind of like, okay, well, go and do something else. Go and do something else. Or show us you going on dates with the white boy. Like, what's going on? Okay. And I also feel like you're the woman, Kenya. So make the boundary. If a man wants to date you at some point, he's gonna have to show that he wants to date you by being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know that there are men that, might have an issue with that, or there are men that'll be too eager for that. But you need to find the happy medium. Okay. Or at least have some dudes that you enjoy having a good time with, that enjoy coming on camera, and you're not really that heavily invested. So if they are doing it for the camera, it don't matter. There's a smartness to what Marlo did. The only problem is that we have it's hard to believe that Marlo is getting bent over by anybody. Like, all I believe that she does is gets down on her knees until that old man goes to sleep. Like, that's just basically what I think her sex life encompasses. I don't think she's doing anything spectacular in the bedroom. I just don't see her as the, I just don't see it. Not that it's not happening. I just don't see it. We see Kenya turning into Ken whenever some dick comes around that she's into. She softens up immediately. So I would like to have seen Kenya on dates, not him just dropping off food to promote his business. Next time these men want to come on the show and promote their business by dropping off food, you make them motherfuckers take you on at least 2 dates on this show. Okay. What else is going on? Sheree, Martell in the DMs. Yeah, you did that for the show. She waited because it wasn't germane until the party when Sheree made it clear that they weren't serious, but they were serious. Sheree says that Kenya doesn't have a man and next time bring one. And I like that Kenya said, I don't want to bring a man that has babies on his wife. I don't want to have any old man just for the sake of having a man the way you do. No, thank you. And another thing, a woman does not need a man there to defend her, because as y'all see, these niggas not going to defend you anyway. So you might as well get used to defending yourself. And men, what y'all should do is learn how to verbally argue with women instead of getting physical with them. Okay, because no, you're not going to say anything to me and walk away, and I'm just supposed to be quiet because you have a dick. And if you want to, you can haul off and hit me. Boy, fuck you. I'm going to say what I want to say, and you better keep your motherfucking hands to yourself unless you want to go to jail. Pick one. Okay. That's where I'm at with it. I don't care what y'all are talking about, because a lot of y'all feel like women shouldn't defend themselves when men come at them, and Martell very much came at Kenya. You know, I bet you she answering all of her DMs. You slick tried to call her a hoe on some shit. That was the insinuation of that comment. I'm not stupid, and I know what the fuck you meant when you said it. So everything you got after that, you invited. Fuck out of here. Always want to defend that bitch ass nigga. What else going on? Drew says it's hard out here to find a man. Sonya says, Drew, how you know? Okay, you don't know yet, or do you? Like, Sonya is always slick coming for Drew, and sometimes I just be looking at her like, when you gonna get over it, Sonya? When you gonna get over it? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like Drew is annoying, but I also feel like sometimes the way Sonya goes at Drew, it's like, for what? Like, what are you getting out of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Kenya is still not divorced. Mark filed contempt charges saying that Kenya was keeping Brooklyn away from him and putting her in an unsafe environment when Marlo was kicking at her door when they were out of town filming for the show. Marlo says that, and she apologized for Brooklyn being in between their bullshit. She said she even had to be there to witness that. And to me, I feel like Kenya was like, what do you mean? What are you saying? I don't understand. What are you saying? That's because Marlo wasn't actually apologizing. You were speaking as if you had already apologized, and you have not apologized. So if you're taking this moment to apologize, you need to do that instead of speaking as if it's already been done. And then to add insult to injury, you say on the back end that Brooklyn shouldn't have even been there, as if something is wrong with Kenya bringing her daughter on that trip with her. Like, no, bitch, you need to act like a grown ass woman and not kick on people's hotel doors, whether their daughter is there or not. You fucking weirdo. And let's be very clear. Kenya, you fell flat with that subpoena, that blank subpoena. And yeah, Kenya posted the actual subpoena online that had been filed. So she did have one on her, because I do believe you were in Mark's phone records trying to get dirt on Kenya. I do believe that, just as you just recently tried to make mess with her au pair, because you thought that she's talking shit about the au pair. So you think you're talking to the au pair and you're really talking to the assistant. You don't even know who Kenya's staff is. And you was just trying to create discourse in that lady's private life because you're jealous, you're miserable, and you're fucking fake, which is why Kenya doesn't even give you the energy now. That's why she gets in your ass every chance she get, because you pretend as if you're being classy and nice on camera, when the truth of the matter is you're doing snake shit, like trying to fuck up people real life. That's why you always on these women's husbands' lines, because your male identified pick me ass is hitting them up for information on these women. Ain't no fucking girl code when y'all believe these niggas over each other. Like, it's real weird when y'all do that. I just want y'all to know. Don't ever come and act like you somebody's friend, or that you even like them, when you go that far to try to cause discourse in their life. And now this shit is being used against her again to prolong this divorce. Now, at this point, I'm absolutely looking at Kenya like, Kenya, what can be done for you to just end this shit? Like, what can be done for you to just end this shit? Because the prolonged situation with the divorce is just really killing me. It's feeling like, girl, cut the fucking cord. Who's the judge? Stop this shit at this point. It has been years of this. For what? So he can keep trying to use the court system to punish this woman? Get the fuck over it, you weird ass nigga. Get over it. Like, it's really, really ridiculous. It may have fell flat, but it doesn't change the facts of the situation that Marlo is a piece of shit. And so is Mark. Okay? Anyway, what else? Sheree's birthday dinner. Andy points out Sheree has an interesting relationship with bills. And instead of Sheree checking Andy, her punk ass puts her energy towards Drew and Candy, talking about where no one has ever sued her for not paying or stealing an idea. Hello, Johnny. I'm like, no, you did not reach back for that old ass tea. First of all, nobody gives a fuck about Johnny. Second of all, I don't have to steal a idea about a restaurant based on my fucking aunts. What are you talking about? You just saying anything about that new nose of yours, and we wish you would stop. Sheree did a lot of screaming and hollering over theatrics and busting out with props because she's trying so hard to fight for that job because she didn't give shit else all season. Y'all focused on her, but we were bored. She can really go. Like, I wish y'all would stop bringing her back. I've been saying it for the longest. Sheree is not interesting. She's not entertaining. Y'all keep bringing her back, and she keeps fucking boring us. And now they have really sank to the pits of hell to create drama and say any old thing about each other just to force conflict on this show because they don't have shit else going on and these hoes is lazy. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. And the reunion show was just another opportunity for Sheree to do this, to be boring all season, act a fucking fool with the theatrics on a reunion show. And now y'all gonna send her a slip and hire her back again so we can be bored watching her walk around her house eating fucking chips again, stealing the spotlight from her daughter-in-law. Like, why do you think you should have been the one wheeling that damn baby around the room because you paid for some shit? That's ridiculous. That girl was dressed like it was a regular day, and you out here with the whole full prime dress on for a grandbaby that you probably ain't even gonna really help take care of. Keep it a buck. Does Sheree seem like the type of grandmother that's really gonna be there watching the baby for you and all of that? No, it's not giving that. It's giving I might hold a baby for a second while we on camera or to take pictures, but he'll take it away from me. That's what it's giving to me. Okay, but let's talk about the birthday dinner, Sheree. At the end of the day, you know Martell doesn't have any money. And y'all are in the old school mindset of you're going to pretend like he has the money. You really should have just slid the nigga your debit card under the table. Either way, what we understand was that he jokingly referenced all of them cash apping him so that he could pay the bill. It wasn't a joke. It was said in jest to see who might bite. And do you know who bit? The man who ended up paying for everybody's dinner, which was one of Sheree's friends. And I can bet you any money that Sheree invited that friend because she knew that friend had the money to pay for everybody and probably would. So yeah, I don't think that you really thought that he was going to pay for your dinner. What he did was crass and tacky, and you're trying to defend him and defend yourself because you don't want to be seen as the girl that brings her broke boyfriend to her birthday dinner with her rich friends. Y'all perpetrate, and we find out that he can't pay for shit because he's not smart enough not to be asking people to cash app him. Like, that's real tacky. It's giving you was trying to perpetrate and you couldn't really afford it. And thank God for Sheree having her real rich friends that for some reason still like her. Girl, get away from us with this. Like, you just like to, create confusion and say different words and shit in the argument so we can, twist the shit around. We talking about Martell not being able to pay for your dinner and how your old ass shouldn't be with no nigga that can't afford to pay your dinner. Okay? Like, let's be real. If you was in your 30s, I wouldn't even be saying shit because a lot of us can't afford that type of shit, being real with you. But at 50 something years old on a fucking reality show with a big ass house like that, the dude that you laying down with should be able to afford a $1,500 dinner, Sheree. Yeah, he should. Especially when all of your friends that got men, their men could afford to pay a $1,500 bill, Sheree. So you look fucking stupid, you look broke, and you look lame amongst your friends with a man that can't afford to pay for the fucking dinner when everybody else's husbands can. And you want to try to argue about, I wasn't supposed to pay for my own dinner. Yeah, ain't nobody said that. But you trying to switch up the argument so we can draw attention away from the fact that you over there still fucking with bums. Okay. Girl, like, miss us with it. You're not confusing nobody. Candy says, my restaurants are based on my aunts, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about you and the designer that you did not pay, which is why none of them fashions that was on your runway is on that website. And to be clear, y'all, we can play all day, but when it really came down to it, I myself have Googled Sheree's site and it didn't come up. Now it's up there now, but how many times have we had to go over there and play with you before that site was actually up? And then it's still overpriced. You still charging $200 and something for a fucking two-piece at leisure suit, and Nike doesn't even charge that much. Nike doesn't even charge as much as She Ain't charges on that website, where just a few months ago the clothes were fucking wrinkled. Now that you had somebody come in and redo a website, now you got time to want do that pamphlet on Candy. And then do y'all know she made a landing page, a whole website landing page for y'all to sign up so that y'all can get a pamphlet from her about all of the negative things people have to say about Candy's business. Girl, it's giving obsessed. It's giving, you should have put all of that fucking effort behind your own business instead of putting it behind trying to destroy Candy's businesses, because that's still not gonna work. Talking about clean them sticky, dirty floors. Bitch, iron them shirts. What are you talking about? Iron them fucking shirts. Girl, go back to the drawing board on that ugly ass tan bag that you handed over to Drew for $200 and something. Bitch, the fuck I wish I would. The fuck I wish I would. You only came out there with one bag? You mean to tell me you couldn't come out there with bags and gear for everybody at this reunion show after we clowned you at the last one for not being prepared? You still half stepping. You still half stepping. You still half assing. You still ain't doing as much as you could. And you should have saved all of that effort to make Candy look bad to make your business look better. And that's not what the fuck you did. That's not what you did. You're not promoting She Ain't. All you doing is trying to make Candy's businesses look bad, when at the end of the day, we all know Tags is not a boutique of looks that Candy has come up with. Candy is not the fashion girl, but Candy knows that there's money in these cheap fucking clothes these girls like to wear out to the club. So I'm going to provide them a place to come to in real life and pick this shit up when they need it that night. Yeah, that was smart 14 years ago when she started it. It's still smart today because the business is still successful. You know, when you were still trying to figure out how to get your little runway together, you were still trying to get your little runway look together. And I'm sorry, Sheree, it looks bad that all of those cute looks that you had for the actual show never made it to your website because you don't want to pay the designer. And then you want to come out with this paperwork saying you paid the person that was supposed to pay him. Girl, I don't even want to see that shit because I already know it's a lie. At the end of the day, the evidence is in the fact that the fashions that were on the runway are still not on the site. That lets us know that whoever had those fashions, you did not pay them for them, which is why they're now not on your site. That's all we need to know. That's it. That's all. All that fucking screaming and hollering and talking about Candy's dirty floors, bitch. They passed their inspection. The restaurant business is hard, and the fact that Candy's restaurants are still open is a testament to the fact that they actually are good. And then you want to bring up shootings, girl. It's 2023. We coming off of civil unrest, the Trump era, and a fucking pandemic. There are a whole bunch of reasons why everybody is highly annoyed right now and willing to rob and shoot and do the most these days. It is because times are fucking hard. And what did Candy do? Candy opened up restaurants in a fucking hood so she can help Black people. That's the reason why things like that happen around her restaurant, because it is in an area where there are a lot of people that look like you. Give me a fucking break. Okay? Give me a fucking break. Now, Candy, I know you couldn't get your words together because you were so upset, but I needed you to get your words together. I needed you to sit. I needed you to be calm. I needed you to wait for the right moment. And then I needed you to gut punch that ass. I really feel like Candy was just so aggravated. She couldn't get her words out because she was talking about how you always talking about squats, not shots, but all of the shots are in your fucking face because who are you today? Who are you today? Who you trying to look like? It don't look like yourself. Where's Sheree? It's an imposter. It's AI. Get the fuck out of here. You and your fucking artificial intelligence face. Get out of here. Trying to read somebody. Talking about getting up and girl, your body, girl, bye. Big face, small face. The fuck? Andy, you shady as shit talking about don't y'all all have the same doctor? Yeah, but we ain't all getting the same work, sir. Isn't that obvious? This is my same face. Did you recognize that bitch when you saw that picture online? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. I bet you had to take a double glance. And a lot of us did say she looked like Drew. A lot of us did say that she looked like Drew. A lot of us did say that, especially because she had just went in on Drew, and then you popped up with a new face that kind of sort of looks like Drew's. Yeah, it's giving you're insecure. It's giving you can rib Drew all day, but you still went and got surgery, and your face look more like hers than it do like yours now. Big face, small face. When Candy hit her with the only big faces you need to worry about is getting your money up with your broke ass. Yeah, that was the one that I needed from you. And next time, just chill and let her do all of that dumb shit that she doing, and then gut punch that ass. We need to hear it. Okay, we need to hear it over the mics. What else is going on? Kenya was like, why wasn't I on the cover? You know, trying to make fun of the situation, but it just really wasn't funny. It was whack as fuck to me. And then having the one bag. This is why y'all know that Sheree is really just cheap. Because, girl, you could have came out and gave everybody a duffel bag. And then inside everybody's bag could have been something, you know, that was, you know, something, a prop that was about something they did that season. You know what I'm saying? If you was really trying to be cute, but you're gonna half-ass if you're gonna do anything. So you're gonna put the clapboard for Candy in Drew's bag, say it's for Drew, but then hand it to Candy, and Candy say, oh, you know, oh, that's funny. Who writing your reads for you this season, girl? Child, is giving that the little assistant boy. What's the assistant boy name, y'all? The little assistant boy, is it his name Anthony? The one that want to be seen so bad? Him? Yeah. She probably getting all of her reads written from him. Yeah. Yeah. It is given Sheree, written by Anthony. That's what it's given. Bitch, you sit down somewhere and seen, okay? Drew says that working with Candy was top tier. Is that what you're saying now? Because on the show you said you ain't about to work with nobody below Lifetime anymore. But then you probably gonna be on Buku Tubi movies and shit, don't huh? Anyway, she said that she has a minimum pay scale and she lowered her minimum pay scale so that she can take the job because it was Todd's first movie. And you know, it did go well. The food was great, the trailer was great, you know. Kenya shaded her music video. Kenya actually genuinely apologizes to Drew for shading her music video and saying it was a low budget glow video. I just kind of feel like, Drew, didn't you shade her acting career? Did you apologize for shading Kenya's acting career? I'm not apologizing for shading you. Kenya, why you keep apologizing to Drew? What's going on? Like, I understand you want to be cool with Drew, but Drew just be doing too much. Because the same shit that she said, like, y'all shaded each other. You ain't apologized to her, Drew. So what the fuck we apologizing for? Anyway, Candy, we talk about the fact that Drew thinks Candy made up LaToya kissing story to promote the movie, even though the kissing thing happened way before the movie. Candy was trying to be a friend by saying she may have saw it wrong. I think we all know Candy was just trying to let you live and, you know, just kind of say whatever you want to say because of your husband about the kiss. But we all know that you know, you kissed that lady. Like, everybody saying y'all kiss, you admitted to kissing a girl. You are now in some weird ass relationship with Ty Young, who is a lesbian. So what exactly are we continuing to lie for, Drew? I don't know, but I think it's weird that you're willing to like ruin your relationship with Candy just so you can keep this lie alive. And then you turn around and ask Candy, wait, are we good? Are we good? No, bitch, we're not good. You've been calling me a liar. And then she repeated the candy coated lies thing again, which honestly pisses me off. Like, if I was Candy, I would probably have to be refraining myself from like knocking you the fuck out for continuing to call me a liar and then call it candy coated lies when it's the truth. You kissed that fucking girl because you was trying to fit in or because you really like girls and you fronting in front of everybody. Girl, we don't know. We don't care. Okay, Marlo talking about she saw it 80%. Candy says that she must gaslight Ralph too. The lies, the lies. And I feel like, honestly, I don't agree with that, but I think that Candy said that because you gonna continue to say candy coated lies, and now I'm gonna start believing Ralph. Because if you think it's cool to gut punch me and keep calling me a liar, then I'm gonna call you a liar with your husband. I know a lot of y'all are gonna act like, oh, I'm defending Candy. I'm really not, because I don't agree with that. I don't think that. I think that whatever Drew is doing is a byproduct of her relationship with Ralph. I do think that Ralph is abusing her in that relationship. I think we've seen that for years, even before Drew started to be like this with the other women. You know, she's always kind of been annoying, but this season it's just been a lot. And I feel as if Candy is throwing the situation with Ralph in her face because Drew won't relent on calling Candy a liar. I think if at any point she would have not continued to call Candy a liar, then Candy wouldn't have said that you must gaslight Ralph as well. I'm just calling it how I see it. Sonya says that she lied on her too. Sonya, shut up. Drew says she wants to make sure that they are good. Marlo says, come over here. We got space for you. Shut up, Marlo, because y'all are faker than a fucking what? What's a fake? A $4 bill, bitch. Okay, because some of those other bills are real. They just are not in circulation. But yeah, bitch, faker than a $4 bill. Okay. I'm sorry, but you're fake. And your friendship with Sheree and Sonya is fake. Did y'all see them like in a commercial break over there giggling and shit, talking about because we have money and they need to get their money up over there? girl, what? Marlo, you have a chairlift. You have a chairlift, ma'am. Still to this day, you have a chairlift in your house. Your money ain't long like that. If your money was long like that, at this point, you wouldn't have to put old balls in your mouth in order to keep your check. Okay? Work on that. How about we work on that? Moving along. Drew says she wants to make sure they're good. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah. Drew admitted to kissing a girl before in 2020. On the reunion show, she's admitted to kissing a girl, so we don't know why. You know, and it's funny that it took Bravo forever to pull the clip to show when she said, I have kissed a girl before. Okay, so if you had kissed a girl before, why are you now saying you never kissed a girl before? Drew, get your lies together. Get your lies together, Drew. It's not our fault that we can't believe your lies because you can't keep them straight. A viewer points out the way Drew would talk about, the way Marlo would talk about Drew's body and say that everybody can't pay for their body like Marlo did. Marlo's like, everybody up here has gotten work done. Okay, yeah, but Drew probably hasn't. Even though Drew says she got work done, we still don't believe she got work done. And we don't know why she lied about it, but it didn't look like she got work done. It didn't. And then Drew starts saying, Marlo, you're out of touch. You're out of touch, Marlo. There's no penetration. You know what I'm saying? You're surface. There's no substance. I was just like, Drew, what the fuck are you doing? And Marlo was just like, okay, and you kissed a girl and you liked it. And I did see you kiss a girl. And I was gonna lie at first for your ass, but now I don't give a fuck. I saw you kiss that bitch. Yeah, all that. So they doing this to each other. And I'm just like, Drew, I don't know why you felt that was the moment to go in on Marlo, but it was whack. It was whack. Like it was just stupid and it was overacting for me, like out of nowhere. You're lacking substance. Like, girl, give me a fucking break. Drew doesn't know if she's gonna tell the truth about her marriage because I have kids. She says that things can change between she and Ralph. Marlo says that she talked to Ralph and she told him that she hoped they worked it out. And Sheree says, it wouldn't be the first time. Yeah. Marlo, I know you were trying to shade Drew with that, I talked to Ralph's shit, but at the end of the day, like, there should be no working it out at this point, Drew. There should be no working it out with Ralph. Please divorce this man and move on with your life. Okay. You and your kids, Beyonce, will be just fine. Okay. Marlo, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. I'm just saying. Like, I always like having conversations with these women's husbands and men and shit behind the scenes so that you can try to like get ammo against them. Yeah, that's some whack ass shit. That's some whack ass shit. I honestly feel like as women, the united front should be, I'm not going to believe anything this man says for fact because we know how niggas lie. Okay. And we're all on a show where we're supposed to have some type of camaraderie. So I'm just going to sit back You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't fuck with her, I'm not gonna be like on his side because I don't trust that nigga neither. Because how you gonna be married to somebody that lie like that, go along with their lies, and then now you want to separate yourself from it and act like you're also not a liar? Get the fuck out of here. Man, get the fuck out of here. Monyetta and Courtney come out. Courtney calls Drew fake. Drew throws a plum at Courtney because they ran out of peaches. Like, Drew, stop being so whack. Okay, you and Sheree have this whack shit in common. Please stop. Marlo admits that she had sex with Scott Lee. As if I would believe you. Like, okay, you had sex with Scott Lee? Listen, if you did, that's great. I'm glad you got dick that actually works. That you didn't have to pry out of its sleeve, by the graces of God and your strong jaw muscles. But girl, I don't care. And then she said that Phaedra is helping her and Courtney get her record expunged. I'm like, well, Courtney's not helping if you had to employ Phaedra. Phaedra's still a lawyer. I didn't know Phaedra was still a lawyer after everything that has taken place and these new blonde wigs and whole thought wear clothes that she be wearing. Like, she no longer in her church, her Sunday best. She ain't in her jackets and her skirts down to the knees and her roller wrap anymore. Now she be giving y'all, she in Fashion Nova and long blonde wigs and shit, and she still got her license to do law in Georgia. All right, girl, I ain't mad at you. Thank you for the Cash App, Amber. I appreciate you, boo. What else? Hold up. When she said that, you could tell she just wanted to bother Candy. Candy was bothered. Kenya tries to downplay Marlo's date with her dude. Okay, yeah, Kenya. Don't do that. I don't know why y'all do that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Her saying we all know it wasn't a date because Marlo's dates end with money on the dresser. How do you know there wasn't money on a dresser? Dresser. Okay. Kitty red, cause and she down. Listen, I'm sorry, New Orleans shit. Okay, I'm a pound under pressure. When you see me leave my money on a dresser, a dresser. That's for my New Orleans people, because all of y'all not gonna catch that reference. Okay, Katie, red, all that day, all that day. Listen, we listened to terrible music growing up as kids. But anyway, Katie red is on. Things I don't. I'm a hoe. You know I'm a hoe. Katie Red something in a middle court. This is the music we listened to growing up. Pray for us New Orleans people. Okay? Pray for us New Orleans people. But anyway, Marlo in this, like, they went on a date, Kenya. I wouldn't even be, I would have been like, okay, we go on dates. We make mistakes. Okay. Like, I wouldn't have even gave it all of that. Like, nigga went on a date with him. Okay. Listen, not New Orleans. Atlanta is small. And there aren't a lot of eligible bachelors to go around. So yes, at some point we're going to share a dick. Okay. We're just going to hope that dick's been checked out and vaccinated from any STDs. Like, that's all we're gonna hope for, girl. We're gonna get our paperwork and we're gonna press forward, but we're not gonna feel away. We're sharing the same platform. Of course, at some point we might share the same man. I don't want that, but it happened. They went on a date. It's cool. It doesn't matter to me. I don't fuck with Marlo. Okay, like, it's fine. It's embarrassing, but that's okay. Like, don't play it down. Don't play it now. Don't play it down, can you? Don't play it down. Okay. Um, just keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. He didn't want to be on the show because of the mess with Marlo, but they had already wrapped the alliance. Child, listen, whatever. The alliance. Sanya says they weren't colluding. Sanya, yes, you were. Sanya, I don't care what you, Courtney, Marlo, and Sheree are talking about, but it sounded like to me, Sheree and Marlo were trying to get Courtney to be on their side against Drew. That's what it felt like to me. Sanya, you keep wanting to defend. We were just having a conversation. Shut up. Because I honestly, a lot of the time, Sanya, it seems as if you know exactly what's going on and you really don't want to participate, but at the same time, you got to be on their side. But when we come out in front of everybody, you like to defend them and act as if that's not what's happening. But you know exactly what was fucking happening. And y'all really do forget that Monyetta is there. Y'all do forget that Monyetta is there. I think in that moment, y'all forgot that Monyetta was there. Okay. Courtney called Kandi ghetto. And Sonya laughed. Sonya says Kandi set the tone for that when she sent her. Okay, so let's be clear. Back when you, Sonya, sent the hair flip on a flopper shit to Kandi, did Kandi like it on social media, or did Kandi say it personally to you in the text messages because she didn't want to be fake with you? I think you were using that, but it's still not the same situation. I understand a lot of people want to act like, okay, that can stand. But yeah, no, I'm not playing that game with y'all. Sonya did a whole bunch of shit. It wasn't just that moment. That was just a moment that finally made Kandi just see her. But there were moments before that where Sonya was obviously on Marlo and Sheree's side about shit and pretended as if she wasn't whenever she was around Kenya and Kandi, until it was no longer like viable anymore, until we all just kind of saw you picking sides, because when we get into arguments, the only people you defend are Marlo and Sheree. When we get around everybody and Marlo is obviously wrong, when Marlo and Sheree said that fucked up shit about Kandi, you went along with it. When Marlo was fucking with Kenya and y'all went on that trip and Kenya just wanted to be left alone, you were having a conversation with Kenya defending Marlo. When Kandi and Marlo got into it and Marlo keeps bringing up the shooting and the nephews and all of that, you want to argue on Marlo's behalf. You did a lot of things throughout these past 2 seasons to let us know that you were choosing a side while pretending to be impartial. That's what it felt like to me. You were taking a side and pretending to be impartial because you really didn't want Kandi and Kenya to know that you weren't choosing their side, because you still want to have access to them. But you realized that you weren't going to be able to get in as tight with them as you were going to be able to get in with Sheree and Marlo, because they're over there creating an alliance so that they can stay on the show. Kenya and Kandi don't feel as thirsty to stay on this show as Marlo and Sheree. So you went in to fit in with them because it was easier, because their idea is we're doing this to stay on this show. Kandi and Kenya are already solidified and don't have to fight that hard to stay on this show. So to me, I just always felt like Sonya was trying to get in where she could fit in. And when she realized she wasn't going to be able to fit in with Kandi and Kenya in the same way, she went over there where it was easier, where she could be the good girl, where she can look like she's the nice person amongst the two assholes, when really the fact that you even friends with them and argue on their behalf makes you an asshole too, Sonya. So I know we tried to use that moment to make it seem like Kandi had been handling you in the same manner, but it's not. It's really not. If somebody says you friend that's funny to your face, that's because they don't want to be fake with you. You were being fucking fake. It'd be different if Kandi was online, arguing your behalf or laughing at comments on Instagram and shit like that. But that's not what we saw. You sent her that shit in private and she told you in private she thought it was funny. Anyway, but that was cute enough. Sheree wants to argue about Mayetta calling her a hyena. Sheree and Marlo are hyenas. Like, y'all are, ditzy bitches that like to scream and laugh and distract from the point. Y'all do that a lot. And Marlo did close the door on Mayetta hella hard, Sheree, and you could not see it, and you still argued on Marlo's behalf, again, the same way that Sonya has done, arguing on Marlo's behalf, even when Marlo is straight up fucking wrong. Yeah, that's the alliance we're talking about. It's an alliance. It is a choice to not look at a situation for whether a person is right or wrong, but to choose their side anyway, simply because this is what I have chosen to do. Y'all are some hyena, laughing, loud ass, cackling bitches. I said it. Now what? Sheree defended Marlo. Yeah, I got that part. Marlo sent the video to LaToya. So what's the difference between Mayetta taking footage and Marlo taking footage? Marlo sent the footage to LaToya. LaToya said she really did feel like Marlo was sending her that footage so she can see how Drew talks bad about her. Okay, fine. But then don't get mad at LaToya when LaToya says something about it. Apparently, Marlo got mad at LaToya because LaToya said something about the video. Like, don't send it to me if you don't want me to say nothing about it. Get the fuck out of here. That's how you know Marlo is just always like trying to, I think, start shit all over the place. Like, if she doesn't like somebody, she's going to like go and get other people and try to turn those people against them as well. It's something that she seems to do because she did the same thing with Kenya. And it's just very weird for you to put forth so much effort in these women's personal lives to cause discourse in their life because you don't like something that's happening on this show. That's a dangerous person to me. That's a person that nobody really needs to get into conflict with or be around because you do too much shit on the back end to try to destroy somebody over some little shit. It reminds me of Phaedra. That's why you still friends with her, right? Because y'all care more about y'all dislike of Candy than y'all do about the fact that y'all are both fucking snakes that can't be trusted. But okay. Why did Drew take being called a bitch by Courtney so personally? Drew says that Courtney was obviously fighting for her life, da 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 da. I was just like, girl, what? Like Courtney starts talking over her. Courtney's on this very Courtney, I'm sorry, honey. Like, I know that you thought you did something on Speak On It, but the only thing you proved to me is that you're a pick-me. There's something like, okay, y'all, I am a married woman and I've been with the same person for 13 years. If somebody met my husband a year ago and thought because we were in a bad space that they cared or did more for my husband than I have in the 13 years we've been together, I would find that person delusional, crazy, and I would probably want to beat their ass. I wouldn't because I'm grown, but it would absolutely be like step on my property and watch how stand your ground laws come into place in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like, but because to me, Courtney, as a woman who has been married, who has been in relationships, something isn't right up here for you to get on public platforms and use whatever this man has told you behind the scenes as ammo against Drew, because you haven't been there the whole time. There's no way you can know what's been done in a relationship. And just as a mother, I am not a mother, but I would still never say that you've done more for Drew than you've done more for Ralph than Drew has, because Drew had 2 children. You know what I'm saying? Women often like literally are at the precipice of life and death when they have children. And to go through that twice for a man over, a decade plus of a relationship, and for you to come in less than a year and think that you mean better and that you've done more and all of that, like that assumption is insane to me. And with everything we know about you being a wife and a mother, for you to say that, it's obvious that you will put a man, okay, and the wants and needs of a man, you will put that above your own integrity and your own self-esteem. Because to me, when you get on any platform and defend that man who you don't know to that extent against his wife and the mother of his children, you're letting us know that you're a pick-me. You have the mentality of a side chick, and there is nothing that we can trust about you as a woman, because there is no integrity where a woman would say some shit like that. I can't trust you. I can't trust anything that you say, because you're stupid enough to say something out of your mouth that is incomprehensible to me. There's no way in life that you would ever have given or done more for Ralph than Drew has. And for you to even say that, it just shows me how delusional you are and how nothing really can be believed coming out of your mouth. Okay. I know she said the connection between she and Ralph, y'all are not biologically connected. You know him by way of your family member, who I believe is his best friend. That's what I think they said originally, that Ralph's best friend is cousins with Courtney. Either way, that's still somebody that you can fuck. That's still somebody that you would fuck. And I don't know if y'all have fucked, but the only time women go hard like this for a man when they are not actually biologically, like genetically connected to them, is when you fuck them. So now I'm looking at Courtney and Ralph like, so how long have y'all really known each other? How long have y'all been messing around? And who helped Courtney get on this show? And Sheree, did you know? Sheree, did you know that Ralph and Courtney had some type of relationship? Because let's not act like she didn't, kind of play about that when they first came on the show. Y'all remember when they had that like big sip and see? I think that might have been Kenya's situation, and they were all at the table, and this is like the first time that Sheree brought Courtney around, and it was a whole bunch of going off about what she knew about their relationship. I don't know, like I don't know, but it just feels weird to me. Um, that she even got on this show, you know what I'm saying, with this connection to Ralph. And then now for Ralph to be feeding her information for her to use against Drew on this show. I don't like any of that. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. I don't like that shit at all. And I feel like if there was any real camaraderie on this show, if these women liked each other at all, they would have saw Courtney as an outsider that should not have been allowed to sit on a reunion stage with them. That's what she should have been looked at as, to me. Courtney should have been looked at as one of those people that's trying so desperately to get on the fucking show that they say anything up out of their mouth, and that the camaraderie of these women is that we may get into it, we may not like each other, but we're not gonna let your niggas possible mistress come on this show and taint your image even more on our platform. We're not gonna do that because that's too much. That's what I would have preferred for y'all to do than to invite Courtney on so she can continue being used as Ralph's, you know what I'm saying, mouthpiece. I just don't appreciate that. This man is going to be able to defend himself in court and with his woman whenever he sees fit, because he's a grown-ass man that can defend himself and say whatever he needs to say. Instead, trying to use somebody else, I don't like that. And trying to use these other women. You niggas always do that. To me, Ralph is no different than Scrappy and Safari and Eric and all of the other, and Raymond Santana and all of you other pussy ass niggas that whenever y'all get into it with y'all women, y'all gotta go and enlist help so that people will abuse the woman with you. Y'all need fucking help all the time when it come to arguing or having discourse with y'all wives, ex-wives, whatever. Y'all gotta go get help. Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. I don't think that's necessary. And I think that's some weak dick shit to go and use other people against the woman that you put your dick inside of. Like, it's really weird. Like, you literally have impregnated, dick down these women, and y'all will go and get help from other people to fight y'all battles for y'all. It is weak dick shit if I have ever seen it. Okay? And that's how I feel about it. What happened with Kenya in Birmingham? They kind of glazed over it, but it was weird. She said they did rehearse for it, but it didn't happen. Kenya had a soft opening for her salon, and now they're adding a loft area to the second floor. I don't know why everybody was acting like Kenya is lying about opening her salon. It's a soft opening, which means it's not really fully open to everybody. They're still doing construction, which is why there was probably covering on the windows and stuff. Like, but Kenya really does need to think about doing like a hair show for her salon, because we know you don't do hair. You know what I'm saying? We know you're going to have to hire the people. We know you're going to have to hire the manager. I think you should try to hire somebody to run your shop and then like do the reality show. You come in, once an episode to check in, make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do. Come and say, hey, celebrity clients, you know what I'm saying, who you might be friends with. We see what's going on in your personal life, what's going on with Brooklyn. Boom, bow, pow. We got us a cute little reality show with Kenya, and she don't have to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta where she don't want to be no more. So I think y'all need to make that happen. What else is going on? Candy, does Candy want to be a part of the group anymore? Candy says that she obviously wants to be a part of the group, but she bit off more than she could chew with all of the things that she, had agreed to do as an entertainer with Escape and, all of the other things. And plus she's coming off of Escape, and coming off of shooting Escape. If you want it, come and get it. And y'all was trying to come at Candy with it, and she had it for y'all. Okay. Mayetta told us Drew telling her that she had a crush on Ty is now a joke. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke if you and Ty are now fucking. It's not a joke. I don't care what Drew's talking about. You and Ty are fucking now. It wasn't a joke. I understand people may think that, y'all might think that Drew was trying to keep her affair or her situation with Ty quiet. I'm going to remind y'all again that Drew is the one that brought Ty to Ralph's birthday party. You are going around the set telling everybody that you have a crush on Ty. You're doing way too much to let everybody know that you like Ty in order for you to really care about if your husband knows you're into women or not. Like, you're telling the world and then you're expecting everybody to keep it quiet for you because you're now going through a divorce. That doesn't even make fucking sense to me. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't believe it. I don't know what's going on in Drew's mind, but essentially, bitch, you brought Ty to Ralph's birthday party. Like, you're not trying to hide anything. Okay, I don't know how they got text messages between you and Ty, but again, it was too fucking easy for them to get if it got. Anyway, I do feel like there's a level. Andy, let me tell y'all something. I don't think Andy ever likes whenever the housewives don't have to be on the housewife shows. I think they like the housewives to be slightly broke or so thirsty for attention that they crave to be on this show. That way they can just kind of do whatever they want to do to them because they want to stay on the show so bad. But whenever the housewives don't need the show, they're here because they really are the thing that y'all pretend y'all want the women to be, which is kind of rich and don't really need to be beholden to anybody because, you know, my pockets or my husband pockets got it. When they really are like that, I think Andy resents them. It's not just Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think he resents all of the housewives that don't really have to be on the show because he wants y'all, the producers, all of them, they want y'all to be thirsty to being on this show. I do. If Mimi is the reason why we got those text messages, Mimi, I'm gonna need for you to come out and explain why, Mimi. Mimi, come talk to me because me and you can talk. Because you know I like you. So come talk to me, Mimi. I want to talk to Mimi. I want to ask Mimi some questions about would she know why she is involved in this? What's her relationship with Ralph? Why would you help him? Was you still fucking with Ty? Like when it came out that Ty was fucking with Drew, like were you in the mix during that time, which is why you felt the need to put it on blast? Because that's what it was given. It was given that you and her was still fucking around at that point. You found out about Drew and now you're gonna put it on blast because your feelings hurt because once again Ty is acting like a nigga. Okay, that's what it's feeling like, but just let me know. But it wasn't a joke. Courtney is Ralph's mouthpiece. He's been coaching her. Yeah. Drew said, okay, Drew, no man, you better you ever say my son's name in your mouth again. Okay. Don't you ever. What are you gonna do, Drew? What are you gonna do, Drew? What are you gonna do, Drew? Y'all, this is why season 5 of Real Housewives of Potomac, I will always stand on what the fuck I said. Because there are moments like this where when somebody is, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You really want to show them what you gonna do, bitch. Stop fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. Courtney, what you said was completely out of pocket. Talking about Drew. What she said that Drew wanted Ralph to adopt her son so that Ralph will pay her bills and she can go run off and have her lesbian relationship. You've only been here for 5 minutes. You don't even go here, Courtney. You don't even go here. First of all, Eva Marcel has shown us that just because your husband adopts the child that you had before him does not mean once y'all get to divorce court, he's going to have to pay child support for that child. That doesn't mean that. Also, it's annoying for me for y'all to think that a woman's goal is always to get some nigga to pay for something, especially when we are watching this woman collect checks. When a woman has to go and work and do Tubi movies, when a woman has to go and work and do Lifetime movies, that's not just because that's a dream of hers. That's also because this pays bills. That's also because I get money from this. And we've seen Drew. Drew is not that fucking stylish. Drew pays for a lot of people to be around her, but essentially it kind of feels as if that might have been a buffer between her and Ralph, to be honest. Okay. If people are always around, then I always have a buffer and I always have somebody that can say what they saw. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of reasons for why she would have had so many people around. But what I feel is that Drew has never given, I'm trying to find some man to financially save me. She's never given that. She might give liar, but she doesn't give I don't want to work. And when women give I don't want to work, that's one thing. But that's not what Drew gives. So it's annoying to me for anybody to think that Drew actually wanted Ralph to adopt her son for child support later on. Yeah, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I believe she wanted him to adopt her son so her son could stop feeling left out of their family dynamic. I think that in her mind, the picture is you've adopted my oldest son, you fully love him, you fully accept him, so there's no differentiation, and I can kind of erase the jailbird nigga that I actually had my son for. There are so many people online arguing Ralph's point from last season. The reason why he did not adopt Josiah is because Josiah's bum of a father came back into his life. And I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. That man was in jail for most of Josiah's life. And just because he decided to come back into his life in a moment, and not even consistently based on what Drew said, why does that mean that you still don't want to adopt him? Even after you went as far as to write a book to make yourself look like you're the type of stepfather that would adopt his stepchild. You wrote a book about that shit. So you was about looking like that, but not really being that. So when Drew was asking for what's going on in real life to match up to the shit that you promoting to everybody, then it became a problem. Now it's a money grab from a nigga that we don't even really know what he do for a living. You mean the man that was trying to get Drew and the kids kicked out of the house? Not just her and her son. He was trying to get Drew and the kids kicked out of that house. And it just so happens the judge said, I think the fuck not. Y'all are going to just be in that house together. Okay? For anybody to be out here thinking that this story that Courtney and Ralph are pushing about Josiah and she just wanted him to take, that's bullshit. There's no guarantee of that. And on top of that, like I'll say it again, Drew is not somebody that seems to be looking for somebody to financially take care of her. She's been working. She's been working. And on top of that, she already has 2 children for him. Child support for 2 children. Okay? Like he was already going to be paying child support for them. And she's working. So it doesn't look to me as if Drew was trying to get him to adopt the son for money. I think she was trying to get him to adopt the son for the image of it because he wasn't emotionally being there for her son the way she felt like he should, even though he was pretending to be, because he cares more about how shit looks than how it actually is, which most of you niggas are like that. Most of y'all care more about how things look than how they actually are. So this is what Ralph put on Instagram. It's time to speak truth. So let's be real. You expect me to pay child support when he has a father that wants to play an active role in his life, but you won't let him. You mean a man that just got out of prison? You mean a man that was not involved in his son's life for the past decade of his son's life? You've been in that boy's life since he was 3 years old. And you're saying that she won't let him. Is it she won't let him, or she doesn't trust him? And that makes sense. Or is it that also the boy don't feel comfortable around him? So the boy don't want to spend a lot of time with the daddy that he just met. Outside of that, to even put that out there like that she won't let the nigga that just got out of jail play an active role, like that just sounds like bullshit to me. And I feel like that's what he was using when they were still together. He was using this nigga as a way to not have to do what he said he was going to do, which is adopt Josiah. He said that. He said that's what he was going to do. And to back out of it, he's now using this other nigga who is the real daddy, but has been in jail the whole time, using him as a scapegoat. I don't like that. And it makes my fucking skin crawl. Your adoption request was only a money grab and control. That right there is a lie. Your adoption request, she didn't request it. You said you wanted to do it and you wrote a whole fucking book about it. You lying ass piece of shit. Since the age of 3, I stepped up to fill the gap as a man and unconditionally provided my heart without expectations. You're a liar. I will continue being there, but you're not going to take advantage of me or use this show to get your way. I understand playing the battered victim role earns you sympathy on this platform, but you will respect me as a father. Excuse me? Respect you? You just said that you're not responsible for my son, and now you saying that you want me to respect you as a father. You see what I'm saying? You're literally telling us that you don't have to do what fathers do and take full, responsibility for the boy. You don't have to take responsibility for him, but you also want the respect that goes along with taking full responsibility for him. Yeah, no. She doesn't have to respect you. She doesn't have to respect you, because to me, this whole statement out to social media is disrespect to her. So she don't have to respect you as a father. Get the fuck out of here. I love all my kids and have given them the world, including you. It's about them now. Boy, bye. Boy, fucking bye. It ain't never really been about them kids. If it really was about them kids, when Drew said, I need help with the kids, you would have helped her with the kids instead of reminding her that you busy too. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You will respect me. Ain't nobody got to respect you, you slow-paid, lying ass dick. Like, fuck out of here, weak dick ass nigga. I'm not playing that game with y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that game with y'all. I do not like Ralph, and I'm not about to act like I like Ralph or that I think that he's right or he's good. He's not. He's a piece of shit. Now let's read the super chats. Okay. Kavan, thank you for the super chat. We're going to start this thing off right. BondyBlue in the house tonight. Thank you. We're going to start this shit off right. Right. We got DJ Jimmy in the house tonight. To it, baby, stick it, baby. To it, baby, stick it, baby. To it, baby, stick it, baby, do it. Okay. Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. You should look into hosting these reunions so you give what the girls came to see. Listen, I would love to host some reunion shows, people that would allow me to. But you know how these dudes do. They want to be in the limelight. That's why they do the reunion shows, because they want to be the star of the show. They ain't gonna let nobody else come and take that seat. Trial. I promise you. They want to be the star. DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. Boo, just showing you some love for your live. Thank you. I appreciate that. You always come through. Teresa, thank you for the super chat. I hope Candy has finally seen the light with Sheree and pays her dust from this moment forward. For real. Don't support not a fucking thing else. Don't support no business. I've been telling Candy that. Candy, stop supporting these people because they don't support you. Vincey Coca, thank you so much for the super chat. Is it Vincey Coco? Talk about a missed opportunity. So many designers would love to get free publicity on a national show. They would. They really would. Kevin, thank you for the super chat. I don't have the patience to argue with somebody like Sheree. We'd have to box. Just saying all kind of shit, screaming and hollering. Girl, look at your face. Go focus on why you did that. Okay, Kanisha Morgan, thank you for the super chat. Pronounced Kanisha. Okay, thank you, Kanisha. All the props were whack. If it ain't a Monique binder, don't bring that ish. Okay, listen, we need the facts to be real, okay, and not just shit that your people didn't print it up off the internet. Love 211215. Thank you for the super chat. Love your reviews. Thanks for all the reads. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Maggie, thank you for the super chat. I was 3 listening to Lil Kim. Girl, the worst. Don't even get me started. Look, female thing that I had. Lanita Goins, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the recaps. You better than the show. I never watch it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Gwen, thank you for the super chat, boo. Sheree helping Courtney get on the show and knowing she's messing with Ralph doesn't shock me. She believes in get back and forgets nothing. Need proof? Why is she the one revealing those texts? She trash. Oh. Can't wait for next week to get into that shit. Just Jazzy, thank you for the super chat. Ralph is giving Memphis Toya's ex, scorn and hates women, gaslighting and abusive, whether mentally, physically, or both. I agree. Brittany 12, thank you so much for the super chat. Drew don't need his money. She was well off before him. The fact that he and Courtney said that is laughable and further proves something off with them. Exactly. I really think they lies are working, but essentially it's just making us look at them like we can't trust nothing that y'all saying. Like, girl, we can't trust nothing that y'all saying. We can't believe nothing that's coming out of y'all mouth. Okay. Drew also told Candy, I respect you and would hate a small disagreement to hinder our friendship. I appreciate your support of me and my craft, but as a friend, there's a lot that we need to unpack and discuss in order to move forward. I have questions that need answers. And Candy said, and I would love to sit down with you and have that convo. So I guess that means that Drew is going to go on, speak on it. And she also said to Kenya Moore, I know we talked about this already privately, but I just want to publicly apologize. Any comments made about your career wasn't necessary. You're a superstar, legend, icon. Let's not forget forever the moment. And Kenya said, thank you, Drew. I appreciate this. Keep shining. Let nothing nor anyone stop you. So yeah, I feel like Kenya is sympathizing with Drew because she was also married to a narcissist. I think that's why she continues to forgive her. I think that Drew wants to stay on the show, and I think that she knows that Marlo and Sheree and Courtney and Sonya really do not like her. And they don't like her way more than Candy and Kenya. So now, like, let me make sure that me, Candy, and Kenya are good. Because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, ostracize the only people on the show that really could have my back. That's what it's given now. It's given during the season. I can give you my ass to kiss, but when the season is over, girl, I'm so sorry. You know I love you, and I just kind of feel like that's what Sheree and Marlo were doing. So why are y'all going to allow Drew to do the same thing? Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I gotta go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Share the video, share the video, share the video. Okay. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all.